Okay. Let us invite the friends. You're not even in game.
Well, you were fucking
all of that hate, and you're not even in game.
I was on Reddit.
Of course you were. I gotta stop sitting on my ankle. My left ankle has atrophied because I sit on it all the time.
I like it working.
Well, just like whenever I'm in an office chair, I sit on my left foot. I just do.
Yeah.
So, like, it's an insane amount of pain now.
Crazy.
Did you get it?
Watching you play that, it's not like 8-bit. It's like 32-bit XCOM Nazi
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I want to play XCOM now. And I played it, and then I had a series of bullshit, bullshit misses, and then I immediately stopped.
You're like, I remember now. I remember why I never played you.
No wonder I can never get
Higginbotham!
I played like the first 5 hours of XCOM 2, I don't even know, 8 times. I just get to the point, I'm like, fuck.
I just don't like I don't like RPGs where I have to accept losses.
Yeah,
I can beat
them.
I just can't beat them the way I want to beat them. Is the problem?
Yeah.
How are you not in here?
I'm coming. But it's I was fine. I was even all right. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be cool with losses. No problem. Until one of those stupid sectoids mind controls my dude and puts him in a panic. And he just drops a fucking grenade at his feet and kills him and the person next to him.
It's like Higginbotham all over again.
It is. Oh, I got kicked.
You got kicked? Immediately after you got in?
Yeah, I got in and it was you disconnected.
Okay. Alright, well, while I'm sending you a new invite, you should tell the Higginbotham story.
Well, I'm using the invite. Same invite?
Can you? Ah! Oh, there's rats!
There we go. Alright, there we go. I don't even remember I don't remember the Higginbotham story that well anymore, but, essentially I had this badass sniper that I fucking loved, and he would, nail his shots. It's this is the dude right here. And he was from the UK because he had the UK flag on him, so I named him Higginbotham because at the time
that was a meme between me and him. We were coming up with, because there was that comic that said Chet Awesome Laser, and then and I think you said Reginald, and I was like, Reginald Higginbotham, and then we were driving around, and we actually drove by a fucking law firm that was called Higginbotham and Associates.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is real?
Dude, it exists.
Class A clearance, and she declined, so I stole her robot.
So anyways, it was a meme, so he named the thing.
It was a meme, which means I was I love this dude, and I was nothing's ever gonna happen. And so I get on a mission, and I think I had one of my other teammates drop, and it sent him into a panic. But he was already injured, and so he panicked and ran straight into a poison gas cloud, and then promptly died.
Alright, I went the wrong way. We need to go back this way.
And so, but the way that it's saved, I couldn't go back before he was dead.
Yeah, it was dead. Dead. It's saved.
You die no matter what happened. Yeah, it's saved.
You're son of a bitch!
And then so I had to quit. And I just completely started over. I was this sucks.
Old Higginbotham. We hardly.
I mean, that basically, I don't even know how many characters that's happened to. But that describes my experience with Darkest Dungeon, XCOM. I love those games, but the second I lose somebody, I'm like, fuck.
Oh, hold on, my emote artist is hitting me up. Let me reply to the brosif.
Emote artist. Fancy.
How
could you possibly hit me?
So we have him starting, gonna lurk, play some Final Fantasy 14. Sounds good, bruh. Sounds good.
Lurk away.
Get ready with that Final Fantasy 14 shit, because when we get to it on Final Fantasy Friday,
isn't that the MMO?
Yeah, it is. When you're not around, I'm playing my paladin that I already have leveled up, but when you are around, I think we should show off the leveling experience that is Final Fantasy.
Yep.
The unique carry me. All right, so we did.
What you want?
What you want? What you want?
What you want?
What you want? Yeah, Shadowbringers will be out. Yeah. Which I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's like I kind of want to do a Dark Knight, you know.
Like this objective.
Well, we need to go back to New Haven and get the side quests.
God damn it!
Max, quit crying, bud. You were annoying in here.
Did you see the Star Wars 9 trailer?
No.
No.
Like I said,
to, or you're just gonna be like, fuck it?
Like I was saying the other night, like I think I'm done investing any effort into being a Star Wars fan. Like I think I'm still a Star Wars fan, but it's just like I'm not.
You'll like watch it, but it's gonna have to like be.
But somebody's gonna need to put it on for me, cause like I'm not. I will not Google it anymore. Like I'm done.
Well, it's just on the front page of Reddit.
Yeah, but my Reddit's like specifically made.
Oh, you're like logged in.
Like I've logged in and actually like unfollowed everything except for like
curated your subreddits.
Yeah, I've curated my subreddits. It's so much nicer. It's so less toxic and hive-mindy.
That's all for the time
and
being.
just circle jerky. Reddit and Twitter both are just fucking hives of villainy.
It's like it used to be 4chan before that. It's just the internet. Like you just get a bunch of people anonymously together. Like they're gonna form little cliques and they're gonna be circle jerky.
The only one that I don't mind is Imager. Because the only thing Imager's kind of circle jerky about is no selfies. They hate fucking selfies. They hate it. But aside from that, like, they're all, like, really, like, encouraging and, like, you can self-promote. And if you don't come off douchey, they, like, they'll, like, fucking blow up your channel or, like, help you sell a car or, they've, you know. They're, like, the good side of Reddit. Imager.
I don't know. I've honestly never bothered to hang out on it. It's like social media. Like I only ever go to it because it linked from Reddit to the image post.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Reddit though. Like
yeah, I'm sure.
It's just people posting shit, and instead of it being like just a link to some other site, it's a picture they uploaded, and there's comments underneath it. But like just I don't know why certain communities form up certain ways, but even, it's like everything in Reddit. There's just such like a, let's fucking, like prison shank people because we don't agree with their opinion kind of thing. I just don't, I hate it. Like I was on this subreddit for like game collecting and there is these magic eraser cleaning pads for Mr. Clean.
Mm-hmm.
And like I use them to get permanent marker off of NES and like N64 cartridges and shit like that. And somebody was like, they posted, they're like, does anybody know of any way to get like real serious permanent marker off of a cartridge? And I went down in the comments to see if somebody had said it because I was gonna be like, yo, like try these things out.
Magic marker, bro.
But like you need to be careful because like if you're too aggressive, you'll take off the texture that everybody loves on the card. And somebody said verbatim what I said was going to say. Like, I use this. You just gotta be really careful because you can ruin your cartridge if you're going too hard at it. And it had, for the collector subreddit, which is like maybe 15,000 people total, it had 300 downvotes. I was just like, what the fuck? And all the comments are like, don't listen to him, don't listen to him, don't listen. Like, it was like a panic. Like, everybody was losing their shit, and
they're
like...
Did the comment ever say why that was, like, a no-no?
They're like, well, yeah, because they were like, it takes off the texture, it ruins the texture immediately. If it even touches it, takes off the texture. And I'm just like...
Oh, so they were, like, being really...
Like, it's not that aggressive. Like, you guys have clearly just heard that it takes off texture, and it does if you put too much elbow grease in it, but, it's fine. It's really fine, because I've done it for, like, 6 carts now, and they're fine. But, like, they lost their fucking shit, and then, like, and then people were like, well, then what the fuck, how do you fix it? And they're like, you just don't.
You just leave the marker on there?
You just leave the marker on there, and it's like, well, then tell the guy that he has an option, you know? Like, how would I have that conversation? I'd be like, well, you know, it depends on how much you care.
Collectors are out there leaving marker on shit? Like, I just can't believe that that's real.
I mean, personally, if I had somebody's name Mike written across a cart, I would rather it have not that great texture than to have the name on it.
Mike on it, yeah.
Right, and so I don't understand why, that's just Reddit's policy. Like, you're not allowed to have that conversation. You can't say, well, you know, it's up to you. If you care about the texture, maybe don't do it or just do it very lightly. But if you don't care about the texture, totally go for it. No, like, after you've stated that the magic eraser can work, everything you say, everything you've ever said, and everything you ever will say, we're going to downvote. like, why? Like... And it's like in every subreddit that way. It's just like, god damn, guys, get a fucking life.
I don't know. I don't ever post on Reddit or anything, so I just fucking am there for the... I don't know, I kind of use it as like I go for like news, like what's going on in the world. Like, because like the second anything happens, it's on Reddit.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm in like the gaming news and the gamer news subreddits. Because like, that way I don't, like between the two of them, I don't ever miss anything.
Oh shit.
But, I don't know, like, they're on a huge, like, hating Epic Games circle jerk right now, so, like, that's not my bag of, not my cup of tea right now. Oh. Are they downstairs? Yeah, there they are. I don't think I'm gonna ever beat this gun.
It's gonna have to come from the...
I'm just gonna need, like, a higher level Teehee Baja Blast. He's pissed at Epic recently. He gave me the same tired non-answer as Reddit. Yeah, see, like, that's my problem, is, like... Every time I hear any defense of the fuck Epic argument, it's just echoing bullshit I've heard elsewhere. And, like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's the argument for it, you know? So either you agree that those are problems, or you don't think those are problems, so you're on the other side of the fence. Like, it's not... Nothing's happened yet, that's...
No, I'm talking, like... No. The only things that would hold weight is, like, their claim to security. But it's like, okay, so tell me what the problem with the security is. And they're like, this file, this file, this file. And I'm like, you clearly don't know what you're saying. Because that file is an API for importing friends list. It's sloppy coding, but it's not a compromise of security like you think it is.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's just, like, the rest of the stuff's just going to come down to a matter of opinion.
Right, and it's people saying the same phrase. Like, I'm not hearing anybody think for themselves. Everybody's saying the exact same thing. Exclusivity's bad for the market. It's like, okay, so where have you been for the last, I don't know, the entire existence of video games? Like, it's never... Exclusivity's not bad.
Well, it's not bad for developers or those who have the exclusivity. I mean, it is bad for the consumer, because, like, you don't get to...
It's bad for the consumer if it forces you to spend your money differently than the way that you planned on it. And the fact that both platforms are free, it's not a problem. If there was a game that was supposed to come out for PlayStation and then Xbox sniped it and now you have to go buy an Xbox, yeah, that would make sense. I would totally be angry. But that's not what's happening. But that's what everybody's acting like's happening. Like, if God of War got sniped onto the Xbox One, this is the level of bitching and moaning I would expect to see. But for another free platform, and that's why the bullshit arguments that it's not secure came up. Because people were like, well, it's free, why don't you just shut up and download it? Well, because of the security issues. My point is I've proven those security issues to be pointless. It's just, I just want people to admit, I want a big, long list of games that I don't plan on playing 50% of them because it makes me feel good. And I don't want to split that list up. I want it to all be in one place. Because that's the only legitimate, like, call to arms I'm seeing.
Well, I mean, there's that, obviously, but I think the notion of PC exclusivity for like a game that's releasing on PC but it's exclusive to a store, like, is a new concept and not one that people necessarily think is a good thing. Now, you can argue that, well, Steam's had games released only on Steam, but as you pointed out, Steam is pretty much the only marketplace to resell for a long time.
Right.
And the only one that really mattered. I mean, you could sell on GOG, but you're not going to sell on GOG and not Steam.
They pitched and that's the thing is they're a different demographic. They're pitching we'll get old games working. Steam's like we don't really give a fuck. That's up to the developer to make it work.
Right. Yeah.
And no fault to either of them on that. Like they were doing their own thing, so GOG existed the way it did, and Steam existed the way it did. I think the only I think where the fight needs to be is that the developers need to go back to the way PC games used to be way back when, where if you were putting a game on PC, you provided the servers and the ability for people to play together. Because what we're really going to run into is you can have multiple digital stores, and we should have multiple digital stores. And it's a whole nother statement about why Epic needs to do what they're doing. But the way PC games used to be sold was in stores, right? Like it was inside of GameStops, it was inside of Best Buys, and that wasn't a problem. But if you bought we'll say Warcraft 3, for example. If you bought Warcraft 3 at Best Buy and I bought it at GameStop, and Mountain Dew goes out and buys it at Walmart, we all were able to play together. It did not matter who took our money because the developer took it upon themselves to ensure we were able to play together. That's been offloaded, for whatever reason, to the stores now. And I think that's where the problem lies. And I think that's where the only problem lies. Is that if I buy it on Epic and you buy it on Steam 6 months later, we can't play together.
Right.
And that's a problem. But I think if any store was to get anywhere decent at all, if anybody was to even compete with Steam, and I honestly think that Epic's the only one that's gotten anywhere close ever since forever. I think Steam and Epic will very quickly discuss crossover communication with their friends list, and they already are, because that's exactly what the API that everybody was pissed about was. It was looking into your Steam's friends list to import them.
Hey, don't chew on those lights. No. Puppies.
Command the bridge. Did you ever find that quest over there? Oh, is it up in the air?
I think we have to get over to this bridge.
Yeah, that makes sense. But the way I always reason things is by playing out the extremes. So, the big complaint right now is they didn't earn it the way Steam earned it. Where the fuck did you go?
Oh, shit.
You teleported to the other vehicle.
I didn't teleport to the other one.
Blow it up.
Blow it up?
Yeah. You can. Or just drive it over here. I don't know if it'll let you.
I can't, because we parked, remember,
we got cut off.
Alright.
So try to blow it up, because then I can summon one, and then...
I blew it up.
I can summon it, teleport to driver's seat. I can drive back over to you. Or you can teleport into the seat if you're near a thing.
Fine.
So I like to play things out in extremes, right? Okay, let's say Reddit wins, and Epic is scared of Reddit suddenly and goes, okay, Reddit, what do you want us to do? Just tell us what to do. And then they're like, stop buying exclusives and earn the right like Steam did. And Epic's like, yeah, but Steam did. And they're like, we don't want to hear it! And then they go, okay, all right, we're going to do what you want. And so they stop buying exclusives. And I'm real close to you. And they take a bunch of money. They take all their Fortnite money. And they develop this platform that Steam's had a decade to develop. And Steam's not going to help them. So the whole secret sauce behind the automated system that takes care of the review bombing system, that whole thing, they're going to have to hire an inventor or an innovator that actually looks at that and goes, I think they did it like this. And they have to sit there and play test it, and they got to figure it out, and they got to write code, and they got to pay people for that. And they do all these things, and they put in a mod shop like we have on Steam, and they steal everything from Steam. And they do all of it for free without us spending one dime on there, because the whole time while they're working on it, we go, well, all my games are at Steam, so I'm going to still put them over there. And then they finally make a platform that's as good as Steam, and then they make one more feature. I don't know, fucking super achievements. And they make super achievements, and it makes it. What a super achievement but I want it.
It's like super achievements.
It's like Death Crystal.
It's a super achievement.
So much better.
Yeah, I want it. Like, super achievements should like grant you achievement points in real life that you can redeem for like DLC.
Dude, like that is the only reason why Uplay gets to stay installed. Is because the Uplay points actually give you DLC. Like, I don't know why that has not been the start of achievement points from the get-go. Like, that's so common sense to me, it blows my mind nobody's, like, gone nuts with that.
Yeah, but they should have called them super achievements.
They should have called them super achievements.
The marketing, it was
super achievement mows the lawn for me. But yeah, so let's say they do everything Steam does, plus a super achievement. At that's the point when Reddit is saying that's what they need to do, right? So they probably don't need to spend the full 10 years that Steam did getting there, but they're gonna need to at least spend 4 and a ton of money, and then at the end of it all, they go, okay, now we're allowed to compete. We're gonna offer competitive prices and get games over here. And then they go, okay, now buy games over here. And people most likely will still go, nah, I still want to put it on Steam because that's where all my games are. Because nothing's being forced upon the consumer in this situation. It's strictly the developers and the publishers getting the dick from Steam and not getting the dick from Epic. So, ooh, gun case. Just coming from like a realistic standpoint, and like they're a company and they're in the business of making money, we're asking them to spend a shit ton of money and time for the biggest gamble I've ever heard of in the gaming industry because we want them to. Like,
well, so here's my alternate theory on it. That they could have competed over time with Steam based off their overall younger demographic support. Like, the reason we're all entrenched in Steam and we have a billion fucking games on Steam is because, well, I made my Steam account when I was like fucking 16. So Fortnite predominantly, especially now, has... I thought I got stuck. Has predominantly younger crowd. So you sell the store to them, get them in your ecosystem, and then over the course of time, you build up your own natural audience, essentially, for your shit.
But you gotta realize, though, that like when Steam was doing that same thing, they were the only ones doing that thing.
Right.
And that means that you're telling Epic the only way that they're allowed to do that is if they only sell their own games and build a competitive market on only games that are published by Epic. Because that's apparently the rule. If you publish it, you're allowed to put it on your own platform. But
well, yeah, because like no one can argue with you.
Right, because you can't bitch with people about it. Right. But like you tell them like, okay, so just Fortnite and just Gears of War and just Unreal and that's it.
Well, I mean, they can attract the third parties because they're going to take a smaller cut, right? Like that's the whole, or the publisher developer friendly store or whatever, and they'll capture a segment of the core audience just by that. But they could have. I'm not saying like this obviously isn't the quickest way to turn a profit or whatever, but it's a way to do what they want, but not ruffle the feathers of the PC gaming community. It would just have to take time, which they're clearly not okay with. They want to like
and I don't think any company is. I mean, Steam wasn't okay with it.
Oh shit! I found a bobblehead. Oh, those are just money.
Oh yeah, the big chunks of money are bobbleheads. All right, I need to stop drinking this coffee because she clearly put like atomic milk in it. So I'm dying.
Atomic milk?
Yeah, because like it is. I'm so lactose intolerant these days. I'm just like fucked up. Yeah. All right, so.
So I guess no nog for you doing the home.
I just take the pain. Nog, nog is non-negotiable. All right, I'm gonna be right back. Just keep plucking away the class and
Yeah.
And teleporting me around. I'll be right back.
Cool. Ah!
That's all for the time being.
Well, shit, look at that. Look at this.
Wasting daylight, fool.
Ties. Boyish haircut.
Burning daylight, fool. Time is bullets.
We're going too slow.
Alrighty, I'm back. I'm back, Chit. Chit's room. Alright. Whew. Super Milk trying to kill me.
Super Milk with super achievements.
Super Milk. I'll tap back into the game. Oh, travel commencing.
You traveling whether you like it or not.
My stomach was killing me. Yeah, I get your point on like the whole like having them build it over a long time, but I mean I stand by it. Like they're gonna be forced into a situation it's only their games, because even with like indie studios they try to scoop up. Those indie studios get penetration that they don't get with other platforms that they do get with Steam, and Steam has those soft exclusive rules put in. Like they one of the big things that indie studios are upset with Steam is that they say if you only leave your game on our platform, we'll only take 10% of your sales. But if you put it on any other platform, yeah, and if you put it on any other set platform, you're going to be at the same rate that we charge everybody else, which is 30%, which is a rate that these indie studios can't afford. And if they were to put it on Epic at a good price that they could afford, they're not going to sell the number of copies they need to. Like they're forced. It's a Grapes of Wrath scenario. Like they don't have an option. But it's not an exclusive because Steam's not calling it an exclusive, so like it's different. But some just like Epic won't get, you know, indie studios scooped up. It'll just be games that they're allowed, that they've made, that they'll be able to sell on their platform, and then you're just looking at another Uplay, you're just looking at another Origin, you're just looking at another Bethesda.net. And I don't mind like real big AAA titles doing their own platform like Bethesda. Like the thing that sucks about Bethesda.net is that it launched with Fallout 76. But yeah. It kind of sets in the same place as like Blizzard's app for me. Like Blizzard is good enough to have their own app for like their own little games, because I love my Blizzard games, so I kind of like having a little like place to keep them all nice and safe, you know? And I feel that way about Elder Scrolls and Fallout, just not 76 at all. But I certainly don't, I mean, I have a lot of love for Epic, or for Gears of War. Like, Gears of War is definitely like one of my favorite game franchises of all time. But, I mean...
Sometimes I wonder how I missed these shots, because the reticle is right on top.
It's because that's because this was more RPG than 2 was.
Yeah, like my level in my sniper rifles is an absolute deviation where I shoot.
Your stat on the gun is going to force, if you're at 97%, it's going to force 3 out of 100 bullets to not hit.
Yeah. Unlike XCOM, where they make 100% of bullets not hit.
Like that meme where the shotgun's like in the face of the alien, it's like 47%.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, since I've just, I don't know, I'm less heated about it now, because, I mean, you do bring up good points, but also, like, I've had more time to, like, a really intense initial reaction, but now I just, like, whatever, just play it on console.
Well, you know me, like, every time anybody's like, we need to feel this way, I'm like, alright, everybody stop. Scientific method. Let me gather data and analyze it. I do that with everything. Politics, people's fucking... Like, people are like, Louis C.K. was whipping his dick out in front of people. I'm like, well, hold on. He didn't whip his dick out in front of me, so, I mean, how do we know this happened? Right. And then Louis C.K.'s like, I whipped my dick out in front of people, and I'm like, well,
I guess...
He might have been high when he said
that. I'm pretty sure he said he smoked weed. I don't honestly remember if he's made jokes about that. I'm pretty sure he does. Probably does. I would assume.
Yeah, I assume everything's unfounded until like I can get some good evidence on it. Oh, he's joking about it. Yeah, he did joke about it a lot. And for the most part, there is one case where apparently it was like unsolicited, but for the most part, the funny part to me is that he asked permission. Like that makes it such a level of like gross but confusing for me, because it's like it's not a flat out like, I don't know, it's not cut and dry sexual assault when you ask people, you mind if I masturbate while we're talking? And then they go yes.
But I think that's why it was like such a controversy, is because they didn't
Right.
feel like they could, or probably because they didn't really wait for an answer.
Well, that's the
Kinda
defense
like
right now, is they're like, well, these people didn't feel like they were allowed to say no, and it's just like, I have a hard time, like,
well, it's kind of
feeling
like
that, because I've personally never been in a situation where I felt like I could not tell somebody no, do not pull out your penis.
right.
And I get that I am different from a woman trying to make it in the business world, so that is the reason why I'm ignorant to that, but it's just like, I just can't feel for you just because I can't feel for you. Like, I just can't do it. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but...
I think it's like kind of like when you were in school and like you had friends, they'd be like, "Can I have a fry?" But their hand's already like in your fucking fries, and so you're like, well,
his
yeah,
hand is already in the
guess.
fries.
Yeah,
it's in there.
It's happening, whether I really wanted it to or not.
He's already got his hand down his
it's
pants.
okay, I guess.
Well, since we made it this far.
Oh yeah, that was all me.
Found him.
What is this thing? Another useless grenade mod.
Sweet. Wasn't expecting that.
It's just like, I had been watching Steam for a while and like reading these like, the Giant Bomb cast and stuff like that about how like the Witcher 3 developers got into a huge fight with Steam because like Steam was doing some really shitty stuff about the PC sales because they put on GOG too, and like Steam like took money out of their checking account because like CD Projekt Red like signed up with Steam. And they did the soft exclusive. There's a gun case over here. There might be something good in it. They had a soft exclusive going on. So they had like, they were getting like the good percentage.
It's like crisp.
And then there's two sniper rifles.
Found out
check.
that
And then they added, and they didn't read the terms. So I mean, it's CD Projekt Red's fault, but they also said like nobody else does this kind of shit like over here in the Europe. So like. We didn't think we needed to read our contract that tight to not get fucked. So they went to GOG and they put the game on GOG. And when Steam fucking searched over there and caught wind of it, they changed the percentage effective immediately and then backdrafted like the first month's sales. And they reached into like the checking account and like drained the account to get back the 15% or whatever the percentage was that they were owed. And CD Projekt Red, like, the first month after, like, launching the game, couldn't pay their employees. And so, and without warning, without a phone call, you know, like, you'd think a game as big as Witcher 3, Steam might have somebody on speed dial and go, hey, guys, you know, I don't know if you realize this, you know, we'll change your percentage moving forward, and maybe you can, like, get us some payments over a period of time to pay back the, like, since you did that on launch day and we didn't know. Oh shit, oh, we're sorry, we had no idea that was a thing. You know, like, then they could have fought about it a little bit, but like, Steam's just like, nope, it's also in the contract, we can just reach into your account and take it. It's just like, ever since then, I've just been like, dude, somebody needs to like, come up, step up to the plate.
There's a gun case back here. How do we...
Yeah, also, I'm trying to
I mean, like, I think we gotta get on this pipe.
And so I saw, like, Epic doing this shit, and I was like, fuck yeah, we're gonna, you know, we're doing it, we're having a fight. And everybody's like, no! And I'm like, wait, guys. Stop, wait, don't do that. I don't know how you get over there. There's gotta be something that, like, that opens this gate, right? Like, this thing, like, goes up. So, wait a minute, is there
maybe it's, like, on an unrelated quest, like something you do and then it opens.
Is there a,
What if I shoot at it? Everything else works. Shoot at it.
Ah!
That way.
Looking at it from down here now, because I fell.
No, I'm on the edge.
That's exactly what happened to me. I was like standing there and it
shoved me off. Like, this is a flat surface. What the fuck? Not clearly demonstrated that you were just gonna shove me off.
Unplayable.
This is an 81 Honda. How weird. And now all of a sudden I can't climb this pile of trash. Gotta be consistent with your rules, guys.
I saw a really funny fucking, like, tweet meme where they're like, it is the year 2025. Maria Kondo holds up the convicted man and says, does this man bring us joy? And the crowd screams, no, he does not! And she throws him into the pit.
I don't really know what the deal with the Maria Kondo. Like, even Kayleen was watching it. For like, what the fuck is this? She's just teaching you how to clean your house.
Like, she has a method to it that makes
I know
makes it really simple. I mean, Miranda and I watched like a couple episodes, but I don't know. It takes all the anxiety out of like
tossing shit out,
cleaning your house up, and yeah, Maria Kondo. But like, I don't know, it's really simple things that people don't think of. You ever like hear people be like, yeah, like business owners will be like, hey, just do this, and you go, Jesus Christ, that's like so obvious, but I mean, I didn't think of it. So like, you know, that means he's got a point. What she's famous for, is it that life-saving duty of cleaning or whatever? It's like the, I don't know, it's just, so I don't know why he's upset. She wrote a book in Japan. She's famous in Japan for like cleaning houses, like for like lifestyle changes. She's like the Martha Stewart of Japan, essentially. And she got famous enough over there that I do not know what's wrong. I think he has to go to the bathroom. Mags, I just went to the bathroom.
Is he just in his kennel? Like, what is he?
No, he's just standing on the other side of the gate, just screaming at me. I'm probably gonna have to stop and take him out. I don't know why. I guess maybe Toxicoli did not take him to the bathroom like I thought she did. But what she does that's really smart is she gives you visual confirmation of how much stuff you have that any other cleaning method really doesn't do. And the way she does it is like she starts with your clothes, and she says every article of clothes you own in the whole house, take it and put it in one pile on a bed. And she's like, everything though. And the reality of that is you go, oh god, that's crazy. But what it makes you do is it makes you dig at the back of the closet and realize the shit that you've never fucking worn. And you put it in
or did wear but haven't worn in like years.
And you just end up with this mountain to the ceiling of clothes, and you're just like, I am one person. I do not need this much stuff. Like, it just makes you realize it. And then she's like, her whole thing is you hold an item and it either brings you joy or it does not. And if it doesn't bring you joy, you actually are supposed to fold it up and thank you for its service, and then you put it in a pile to donate. And then if you like it, or if it brings you joy, you keep it off to the side and you hold on to it. And like, she's gone into houses like for like straight up hoarders, and she doesn't like judge them on it. Like, she just lets them make their own decisions on it. And
it's not what?
My work clothes don't bring me joy, but they won't let me work in cargo shirts and logo TV. That's true. So I mean, like, getting a paycheck though, that brings you joy. So like,
lay down, babe.
Yeah, and having it all in one spot like makes a huge deal.
Lay down with him until I can come to bed. We get to hang out together.
I don't know how to get that thing open.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It would probably have like a bunch of garbage.
Yeah, I would watch a couple of her episodes. It's on Netflix. It's actually pretty good. But then like, she has like 5 different steps or something like that, and like we're not used to the way that she lives, so like it was really hard for me to like kind of be like okay with what she's pitching, because like for like kitchen utensils and shit like that, she's like all your drawers need to have like boxes, and you make sure everything can fit inside of little boxes, like lidless boxes, and if you do that, it adds like a bunch of organization to like your drawers, and you wind up not having a junk drawer anymore. Like, everything makes sense. And like, if I was able to do what she does to the whole house, it would actually make things like so much more simple. But there's some shit that I just will not agree with her on. She's like, at most keep only 30 books, and I'm like, nah, I'm out.
I'm not gonna do that.
I'm out.
Well, I mean, that doesn't really take into account, like, she would probably go, like, okay, the game collection's way
Like, get the fuck out.
Well, and that's something that she even did. There was a guy who had like a no joke, probably like 10,000 baseball cards. He was into baseball card collecting. And he just had boxes and boxes and boxes of baseball cards stacked to the fucking ceiling in like multiple rooms. That was one of the hoarder houses. And she was like, she goes, it's gonna take you a long time. She goes, but you need to go through your baseball cards and say which of these bring me joy and which ones of these not. And he's like, every card, and she goes, yeah. And he's like, fuck. And so he spends like 2 weeks, like just sitting in front of the TV going through cards. And he's like, in the end, I only really like was happy to keep like maybe 20% of my cards. And that was because like he looks at all of his cards and he goes, I have like $100 cards in there. And so the entire collection now is worth $100 per card to him because of the way he was looking at it. But then he was like, I had a whole bunch of like, he's like, I had 70 cards at the same card, same release day, and they were all worth less than a penny a piece. He's like, I sold the entire stack of like 50 of these fucking duplicates for like $20. Like, he's like, and it was taking up a ton of space. So like, he just like learned they didn't need that much shit, and so like he ended up with like fucking like a fraction of the boxes he had, and he's like, I'm way happier with it. And I get that because like looking at my game collection, it's just like I have very little fat that I could trim for my game collection because I consider myself a fat-free collector, is what they call it in gaming collecting. They call it fat-free collecting. Your collection's fat-free. Like you don't have like the Maddens and the fucking FIFAs and shit.
Oh yeah, who the fuck collects that shit?
Well, there's the completionist collectors, and then there's the
like they go for everything.
Yeah, there's people who complete catalogs.
How could you ever like? If I couldn't even fathom the amount of games that released on PS2. Like that would be impossible, right?
We worked with a guy who did it.
Wow, dude, that's
at Stream. His name was Jacob or something. He was one of Aaron's buddies.
Aaron was heavy into collecting way like even back in the day,
he liked like cabinets and shit.
Yeah, like that doesn't surprise me that he knew someone.
But
oh well, here you go.
What happened? What'd it do? What I thought.
All my keys go to benefit.
Hold on, how many keys do I got now? I got 78 keys. Here. Don't spin it all in one place.
I mean, it's gonna spit out dog shit.
That is awesome.
Shotguns.
Terrible
Two
shotguns.
Of the same kind.
I'll use another one. Come on! Oh, looks like they're SMGs.
SMGs.
Alright, let's do another one. SMG.
SMG.
That is awesome.
That's awesome.
Come on, Big Daddy.
Oh, give me a sniper. Snipper. Fields.
725. I want that one. That was good. There you go.
Nice. Check that out.
God, these actual revolvers. Oh, they're repeaters. It doesn't give revolver. I don't know why this thing doesn't do it. It's like when it does do handguns, they're always repeater pistols.
I'm gonna try this for a little bit.
Shooting bullets just not cool enough for you? Get a Molly and light some people on fire.
Oh, what'd you pull? What'd you get it? What'd you get?
Damn it.
Look at this.
Fucking shot. Whatever.
It's alright, Ronnie.
I hate it.
Alright, come on. Come on. Big bucks, no whammies. Big bucks, no whammies. Oh, I guess you don't want all this.
Oh no. Oh shit, sniper rifles. Ooh, damn.
Ooh, damn. That's a thick bitch.
Yeah, that is a thick bitch. It's way harder than anything I have.
Yeah, exactly, Mountain Dew. Yeah, so like, yeah, whenever I'm talking like game collecting, people are like, yeah, like how do you collect it? I tell them, I call it nostalgic fat-free is how I collect, and what that means is I collect fat-free games, which means like it's only games that I'm interested in playing or like really make me happy to have. It's not a game I have no emotion for, because some people just like buy everything at a garage sale and then they flip what is a duplicate and they swap out cover art until they get a perfect copy of something, and then they buy an entire estate off somebody and they flip the duplicates, and they just try to get as many games as possible. Or people are like, I'm focused on having every N64 game that came out in the United States. Like, they got goals. Everybody has like different goals. My goals are like, one, either games that I grew up like loving, like it's a huge nostalgia kick for me, or two, a game console slash, because this is usually coupled with a game console purchase, a game console slash games I wish I had as a kid. I didn't grow up with a Dreamcast, and my friend did, and I always wished that I had had the Dreamcast experience.
The Gamecast!
The Omega Sphere Box 3000. I wish I had had that Dreamcast experience growing up, and I didn't, so I bought myself a Dreamcast and got myself a memory card and got a couple games for it and got myself excited, and I had the experience as an adult. Ooh.
More shields. But they're worse shields.
They're bad?
Nah, it's this one. Yeah.
Alright, one more key from me.
That's some jizz.
Look at that.
That's some jizzers. So, yeah, I collect for, like, and I do, like, series collections. Like, I get bent on, like, a specific, like, series for a little while. Like, I collected nothing but Fire Emblem for the longest time. And then after I got, like, the big ship from Fire Emblem, I stopped collecting that, and now I've moved on to Castlevania.
Mounting up.
Castlevania.
Your Uber ride is here. Your Uber has arrived!
This is like Uber in like Mad Max. What it looks like. Your Uber has arrived. Shiny and chrome.
Shiny and chrome.
Nope. Nope.
I live, I die, I live again. Leave 5 stars.
He's 10.
It looks like we're going on foot. Like, they're just like, why give me the fucking car if like I can't get it back there, bitch? I like how like the weather was like, it's gonna rain today, and like there was like a
nope.
cloud. It was like, put them rain.
It looked like we had some dark clouds. It was real windy over here, but just nothing.
It was super windy all day. Yeah, it was like blowing my car off the freeway and shit. It was nice working.
Windy.
It was nice working
way
next
windy
to the
on
lake
Thursday.
and seeing the water move and shit.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Was it like Wednesday or Thursday where it was like super ass?
Oh, I think it was Wednesday. Or no, it was
Yeah.
Thursday. Yeah, it was like super windy. I don't know why these fuckers have cat noises.
Budget.
Like, what was the... Fuck, I need to find it. It's, what was that game... Okay, for starters, I can't even make the reference because I can't even think of the name of the reference. Twin Peaks, the TV show Twin Peaks. There was a video game that was essentially Twin Peaks.
Alan Wake?
No, I think it was like PlayStation 2, and it was like a Konami game, or maybe Square.
Oh no.
I think it's Deadly Premonition.
That does sound vaguely familiar.
So, Deadly Premonition is essentially Twin Peaks, the video game. But there is a scene where, like, a car goes off the road into the forest, and there's 2 chipmunks that were, like, chilling. And, like, the chipmunks scream and get out of the way. But for whatever reason, they played monkey chimpanzee sounds. So like the car's like, and then like the chipmunks see it, and then they go, And then they get out of the fucking way. Somebody find that on YouTube. I gotta pull it up. It's fucking... Because, like, if you're just playing the game and you're, like, enthralled and not paying attention, you probably won't catch it. But then, like, when somebody points it out, you're like, that is decidedly a monkey noise, and there is, like, no other way you could fucking see it. Like... This is a monkey 365. I need to try this new. Alright, here it is. Here it is, chat. Hold on, let me pull up the monitor.
Rocket launcher?
I need to try that mark. Yeah, it was from Deadly Premonition. Monkey Squirrel is the name of the video. That is straight up a monkey sound. There's no reason for that to be a monkey sound. But it's a monkey sound. Fucking Japan.
Find this jackass's Dirty Max.
Alright, so it's this way and around the corner.
I think we already opened it. We opened. Oh, yes. Grab one out.
Wonder if Magni went and laid down and chilled out. Who's itching?
Nailed it.
So, like, it's really... Oh, you found it. The minimap just, like, not work sometimes, because it's like, it's telling us we have an objective in the other zone. We have 2 markers.
Yeah, you need to go into your map and like double click in the middle of the map because you have a yellow marker up because you've set a custom marker somehow. I keep doing it. I don't know how I'm doing it.
They're both the white green like main objective.
Like white flashing green?
Yeah.
You might just be glitching right now because I only got one. Let's not do that one yet. Let's do Old Haven. Smoke signals investigated.
Investigate.
Check on the text message, see if the wife. And she just boarded.
Yeah, she's flying out there hella late, and she's taking an early flight Sunday.
I should drive back Sunday.
Oh, that's right. She's coming back.
In time for fucking Game of Thrones. Fucking Game of Thrones.
Is that this weekend?
What she said.
Oh,
I've not really been keeping track of it. Because apparently all the girls want to get back before Game of Thrones airs. Which makes sense. I guess I should get a car out.
I'll TC the vehicle.
Bruh, not that way. You should stream it? No, it's illegal.
Game of Thrones has shut that shit down real fast.
That'll get shut down so fast. Like, that's the fastest thing that will ever get shut down. I can't be a pro like that one guy who held a controller and pretended like he was playing a UFC fighting game and just watched the match. That guy's a fucking legend. He got the whole thing done, and like, nobody had a clue.
Who's even like fucking keeping tabs on UFC games? Even like, what's the directory look like for UFC games?
I mean,
it's got to be like 4 people in there.
Would not be worth it for me to restream. I'd get shut down and nobody would watch because everybody's just gonna. Everybody's already got
on HBO
a plan to watch it anyways.
Yeah, people are doing parties. People are, like, you would risk getting your whole channel shut down
for no stream, like no viewers.
Yeah,
like I will have no viewers that day, no matter what I did.
Right.
I don't stream Sundays, man. Everybody's watching their shows.
It's just good to take a day off.
Oh,
I always hated. I never had to work Sundays often, but when I did have to work Sundays, I fucking hated it.
I always liked it because all the annoying religious people were not there.
Dude, Sundays at GameStop were easily. You had to open and close.
Yeah, because it was such a short shift. Like they just worked one person.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. This is the Chrisman Lance.
Another notch in my rifle.
Oh shit! I don't think I have any corrosive.
I got explosive. I think my grenades corrosive.
Something new. Visit all our convenient
6.
locations. Who needs a real doctor when you got my machines and their scary needles?
Scary needles. West back here.
They're really murdering these bandits.
You take fun in it. Kind of creeping me out. We haven't seen anybody yet.
I know, right?
There they are. You try this out. Alright, well, it killed somebody.
How many rockets does it shoot?
3, uncontrollably.
Sweet! Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, well, it murders.
I think it had like 999 on damage.
So it was 1,999 on damage.
Oh, okay. Murder.
Feel it!
We got a turret!
Just all the rockets just kind of fired around it.
Alright, time for me to do what I'm good at. Excuse me? You ain't gonna tell me that those rockets missed when they landed right next to his fucking feet. Worth it!
Yourself with the rocket?
Worth it!
Gotcha!
Live, I die, I live again.
Badass behind us. Yep, you found him.
Yeah, I found him. And
he's down.
So if you find any healing stuff, walk over it.
Will do.
Jacob's guys do one thing really well.
How are you hitting me over here? It's like hard to hit you with a fucking sniper rifle.
He's got that plot armor, yo. That plot aim. How does one get to exclamation mark of quest given? See, like, they need to put more fun stats in, like, when you pick up money, you heal. Or something weird like that.
They might in the next one.
It says quest here, but I find no quest.
I found, got some health to drop. Ran over it.
Alright, I got the badass down. Oh, hello. How are you doing? Fine evening. Alright.
Oh, you are so down.
Oh, I am so right back up! Fear the rocket launcher.
I was gonna say, good thing about that rocket launcher is whenever you go down, you're like, alright, well, I'll just blow up something near me and go back up.
If I could find this guy, I could hit him. Really? Where they at?
I'm not making enough for what you call
Lance. They hired bandits to stop all road traffic, then killed them rather than pay up. As a business strategy, murdering their employees will see diminishing returns.
Alright. I need to hide and see what's going on with the dog. He is just... He's acting like he's hurt. He's crying so much. I tried calling his bluff. I'll be right back.
Alright.
wasting daylight here.
Alright, we're back.
Are they okay?
He wanted in Ollie's cage really bad. I don't know why.
Wanted in Ollie's cage?
Yeah, for whatever reason, he was super interested in what Ollie was doing.
Huh.
I've never seen him do that.
I killed a badass and he dropped this, like, legendary corrosive, like, repeater pistol, and now I'm just tearing. Asshole.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Anyone need help?
Roddy the Big Boss. Nice. I haven't played Greenskins in a long time. They're a lot of fun, though. Remember Al not being able to make this jump right here?
I remember him being glued to your fucking head.
Drove me insane.
No strafing for you. He even played the same character as you. I'm like, why? You could have picked.
I understand anybody not playing Brick, because Brick's kind of... I don't know, I just feel like he was kind of a shit character.
Yeah, I'm sure there are people out there that... It's not my playstyle that I prefer.
It's just like this game, like, really does not let you do melee focus.
Yeah,
like, it just
a lot of the
does not.
bosses don't even let you...
Like, his whole ultimate was kind of useless.
I wonder what kind of... Oh. Do you have a claptrap thing?
I don't know how to get him down, though. Smoke signals is the only other thing out here, which is like the... like, flipping the switch on those.
I need to find the strong box.
Strength box.
Strength.
Strong box.
Strength. We got Storm, those one little Kong toys.
Mm-hmm.
He like put treats and shit into. And we gave it to him, but like filled it with peanut butter, and he fucking loved it. But like we did it as like a way to like, so we put him in like the office or whatever, leave him alone while we went out to the grocery shop. But we forgot to give him any water. So it's just like
poor guy.
You just beyond thirsty. I was like, oh, how could we do that to him?
Like, so even a human hates that.
I know. It's like, oh, next time we give him peanut butter, we gotta give him.
That's funny.
Drank so much water.
Critical hit.
I up there?
Ow, ow, ow. It, like, when somebody is shooting at you, it's just impossible to get a headshot.
Oh yeah, like the flinch on the headshot.
That would be insane.
Well, it's because like the enemies have so fucking retarded, like hitting me without even looking.
Oh my god.
Got anyone? Oh, you're right.
He got messed up. Gunbox it is.
It's like Christmas.
It's like Christmas. I'm excited for that pseudo sequel for Left 4 Dead.
Oh, like the spiritual successor.
Yeah.
Only Valve would fucking make anything with a 3 on it. Hopefully this will get their ass in gear and make a fucking video game instead of printing money.
I mean, yeah, that's one thing that could be nice that comes out of this whole Epic fucking hoopla is forcing Valve into video game production again.
I mean, they said like last year that they were going to be focusing on game production.
Yeah. I don't know. They said they were working on Half-Life 3 for years, and then they go, nobody's talked about Half-Life 3 in the office for a long time.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking here.
They're like, it's just not something we care about anymore. And I'm just like, how? How do you not have anybody there that's not passionate about getting that up off the ground?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, when the whole internet is passionate about you doing it.
I mean, if they're gonna make a third of any of their series, like, it has to be that. Finish the fucking
well, I think that's the reason why they're not making a third of any of their series, is because, like, they do not
No,
want to
like,
hear
oh,
somebody
well,
go,
like-
oh, you'll make a third Portal, but not Half-Life?
Half-Life 3.
Anyone need help?
I mean, it's true. If they put out 3 of anything other than Half-Life, I would definitely be on the give them shit train, so... I guess you're kind of right to feel that way.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I think they should just, like, accept it and just be like, look, we're just not gonna, like, we're done with Half-Life. But we're gonna make this shit, though. And then just start doing it. 'Cause people will get over it eventually.
Yeah, as long as they release something that's awesome. Like, would I be a little pissed off that they released Portal 3 before Half-Life 3? Sure. Portal 3 is awesome. I'll still love Portal 3.
You got to be joking. From downtown.
Cincinnati.
Bullseye!
Let him up. Oh shit.
I feel that already. That is awesome.
Okay. I guess we should be paying attention to the smoke trails up in the air. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Guess so.
We're gonna have respawns to deal with.
I mean, I was just mindlessly killing everything. I didn't even realize we were running.
We need to find a container, and we need to. There's a couple smokestack.
So it was like the story, like the Crimson Lance was doing this to lead people here so they could rob them or kill them. Or...
Yeah, apparently, like the smokestacks are like a bandit, like signal or something.
Oh, okay.
Gotta go to bed. Sounds good, Ronnie. Have a good night, bud. Oh, this is leaving. Never mind.
If you need healing,
If you need healing. 30 pre. What was my percentage? Do the compares. %45 weapon magazine. 21% weapon damage, man. I can't beat that. 20% weapon damage, good god. I feel refreshed. Uh-oh.
Target hit. I feel better already.
Being hardcore. Watching Maximilian Dude last night, and they were talking about like living in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, to be cool, you had to have Jinkos. And, like, made me feel so old that people were like, what the fuck are Jinkos? And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, come on. Like, don't say that. You know what a fucking Jinko is. Stop.
I mean, you know, there's a whole generation of people that have no idea what the fuck it is.
It's gross. Real gross. Jinko
There are people
jeans.
who weren't even born in the 90s that are now adults.
Yeah, you want to hear something fucked up? People who were not alive when 9/11 happened are 18 now.
You know? Learned it from history books. And see it
It's entirely a historical event to them.
Yeah.
It's like JFK for us.
Yeah.
Okay, my bullets are not going through that fence for some reason.
There's
It's-
two. What the fuck?
It's just easier for me to go over there and whoop their ass. Fuck you, I can do that too. see whose wins.
What? You didn't like that?
God damn, what the hell is that?
Fucking grenade, and it fucked up my
Nearly
jump and
killed
everything
me.
too.
Right, dickhead.
Woo, another
Level
one
up.
bites the dust.
Ding hard.
Yeah, that's what made me think of it, because when I read the hardcore thing, it was like, you can't live hardcore unless you are hardcore. Like, that song jumped in my head out of nowhere. I'm like, gee, what the fuck's wrong with me? Okay, hold on. Bandits, Old Haven. I did the thing. Frank Plain had a noted nuance on one of his buddies over for that board game he was texting us about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just too tired. Well, he hasn't had him over yet. He's gonna have him over tomorrow. He was like, you wanna come by and do that? And I was like, dude, I can't tell you how good it's
chill, man.
like how good it feels to like know that tomorrow I just don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
I was talking with one of my buddies over at the game shop, and he's like, I got something super special lined up for you, but you need to come by when I open so that like other people don't come and snag it. But, like, I'll get up, I'll go over to the game store at 11 in the morning tomorrow, grab some breakfast. That'll be nice. Like, that'll be nice to get up. Like, it's something, I have a reason to get me to get up kind of early, but not really, which means I'm going to enjoy the whole day. And we'll see whatever this little special surprise he's got is.
Virtual Boy.
I honestly would buy it just for like the Wario game they put on. There was like a Wario game they put on there. It's like the only fucking Virtual Boy game that like
Virtual Boy game.
yeah, that like did well. Just kind of want to see what it, like the whole rave is. Maybe not buy it, but definitely have them plug it
Turn
in.
it on and
fuck with it.
lose your eyesight to all. Well, you're colorblind, so I don't even know how that would work with all that red.
Well, I mean, it's just red and black, and I can see those two colors.
Yeah, because there's like contrast.
So it probably works better than other fucking...
Other like VR stuff.
You got to be kidding me! I'm not gonna survive this one. The rockets cannot reach! Ah!
Whoa! Do that? I did all that.
45 grand. Highway robbery.
What's 45?
Respawn cost.
Oh, dying.
Hyperion asks, what good is a gun that doesn't shoot where you point? Get a gun that's as accurate as you are.
Shit. Come get me, I have no one to kill. Save me, or you're not gonna be able to save me! No!
I tried.
That is
I
awesome.
tried so hard.
Smokestack. That one's up on a roof. I think I figured this out. I don't like my shotgun I got. It takes too long to shoot it. I don't like my sniper rifle because I'm not allowed to aim it.
I feel like I just live in the second one, right? Just live, just dying over and over again.
Alright, so turn that in. I mean, should we do we know if we don't get any XP for doing trivial missions?
Trivial stuff? Like, if it's gray, I think you get either next to no XP or very little.
It says that it does. It gives us 1,560, 4,680, so it is giving XP. Looks like it gives just as much XP as the rest of them. I don't know why they mark them trivial.
I guess I'll see what we can. Because, I mean, it's all based off the enemy level, I guess.
Yeah, maybe the enemies are trivial. Like, you won't get enemy XP. .33% Team Magazine. It's funny how different the how good the upgrades are if not you're playing with friends.
Yeah.
Like, makes a huge difference. We go.
We go.
Next week, Tuesday actually. I forgot I'm taking Sunday, Mondays off now instead of Saturday, Sunday. I was calling it Legacy Plays, like when I kind of do like a history of gaming, but real quick. I was calling it Legacy, and then I found out that like a really big streamer does the same thing, calls it Legacy. So I've renamed it. It's called From the Archives. From the Archives, Mortal Kombat starts next week.
Nice.
And
so it's like where you don't do such like in-depth history of it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go into like creation and the background and all that shit. I'm just gonna play the fucking games and just kind of like show how they've changed over the years. We have reached the X marks the spot. It's off the edge of the world. Yeah, we'll have some like fun facts. We'll just kind of like whatever comes to mind. I'm just not gonna be doing a bunch of like fucking research.
Wiki.
Yeah, no wiki diving. Oh my god!
It's gonna be another Garbojo.
It's like Christmas.
It's not like Christmas. I've been robbed.
It's not. It's nothing. This is your Christmas. It's a sad Christmas.
This is my nightmare. Where's the green one's the one you went with?
I mean, I was just gonna grab all of them, but I was full, so I'm just gonna sell it.
Let me see. But I haven't played like the old Mortal Kombat's in a long time, so it's gonna be fun to like play 1, 2, 3. Show how goofy 4 was. 4 was like super fucking goofy.
Was 4 the first 3D one?
Yeah. And that's the one where like multiple rib cages can come out of a person and like 3 skulls and shit.
It's not anatomically correct.
Like they just didn't give a shit when they were making 4 because like it was about the fact that it was in 3D was the only part that mattered. But that didn't stop me from playing the ever-living piss out of it.
I mean, it's still I
had it on N64 and I loved
it. Yeah.
I played it so much I have like the whole intro memorized. Like, well, I would have to hear it to like for it all to come back. But something about Elder God should not has escaped his confines in the Netherrealm.
Every day,
I want to play the new Mortal Kombat, but just know like not gonna.
You're breaking up.
So,
you're not gonna what?
I'm not gonna get my money's worth out of it. It's like I'm just gonna play the single player and I don't want to go online and get my ass handed to me all the time. So.
Well, that's what like people complain about with Mortal Kombat is like the bad ones, like were like shit fighting games and stuff like that. But actually, the like quote unquote bad ones were the ones I had the most fun with because what they did is they cram packed it with a bunch of single player shit. And like just goofy fun stuff. Like there's fucking kart racing in Armageddon, like puzzle fighters and just all kinds of silly.
Oh yeah, I remember. I liked Armageddon. Yeah, because there was a lot of like silly single player shit.
But like there was like a creative fighter that you did. You built your own fighter, and then you went through like an RPG storyline thing with it.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And like you fought, you know, you did Mortal Kombat fights where you're getting through it. But I really, that is what Mortal Kombat's always been to me. It's been a mostly single player fighter to me. Like it's not ever been like a competitive thing. That's why I like Soul Calibur 2 as well, because they had the whole dungeon crawling thing in there. Like I like single player fighting games. Like, and it's kind of, I don't know. Everything's about making everything fucking
esports
MLG now.
Ah. Oh, we were here. We were not. Yeah, everything's about we gotta cater to the esports audience. Yeah.
Even Mortal Kombat X was very like kind of single playery. There was some fun with that. Multiplayer makes money, right?
It's true. I mean, it keeps people engaged. It does that
because it makes free money, is what it does. Like, yeah. Because you not only make money off the game sales and a bunch of people buying it thinking that they're going to go pro, but also you get to do like tournaments and shit and sell tickets to the tournaments and make a shit ton of money off of that.
Well, and if your game does get like a decent audience, like you make a bunch of money off that too.
Like, as much as, like, single-player people are like, yeah, I'm over StarCraft 2, like, it makes so much money for fucking Blizzard. It's ridiculous. And, like, they haven't done too much for it in a long time. I found this thing.
It's like Christmas.
That looks...
It prints money. Bounty board fuses. Hey. I don't remember that name now. Bounty board fuses. Where the fuck are these fuses? Are you fuse or money?
Are you fuse?
You are fuse. Okay, more of them are coming!
God, the fire rate of this thing.
So that'd be fun. That'd be fun. We're gonna give away a copy of Mortal Kombat 11 too. Oh. I'm losing my frame rate! And I'm back.
There you are. Oh, maybe I'll play MK11 if I can win it off your shit.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick it up and have fun with it. I love Mortal Kombat. I haven't missed a Mortal Kombat.
Hi, baby.
Boom, 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 boom. Do we have to go up? No, we can go right here. Let's get you rolling.
Hi there.
What's the name of that fucking character?
What character?
Hudson Johns.
Hudson.
Thought it was like a very much Indiana Jones name when I saw it.
Step right up. This price is available on all weapons and gear.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, dum, dum, dum. Spider ants killed, huh?
Spider ants.
Another notch on my way.
Get out of my face, lady.
Ha-ha! Efficient and effective. Oh yeah, that was all me.
Oh yeah, I could have put corrosive on my fucking turret when we were in there.
Shit.
I would have fucked him up.
Shouldn't have done that, Agent Boy.
Hi there.
Top. That. Bitch.
Hello! Your new mission is available at the Middle of Nowhere Bounty Board.
Middle of your mom. Ah, burn.
You can always count on Marcos for these
Snizzity snakes. Got it. So, let me in, let me in, let me in! Okay, so let's do that. We can probably take the teleporter.
One.
Rebel Reds in a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry.
God damn it. I keep saying it, and I should stop saying it because it's probably a long time out, depending on how like motivated I get. But I am so excited for D&D.
I got the ride.
I have no idea how long it's gonna take for me to actually like finish this the way I want to, but
I don't know. I mean, don't put it. I'd say like don't put any pressure on it. Like it's a creative outlet.
well, I was gonna say yeah, it's very much a creative process. So like it's only gonna be able to be worked on when
You're feeling it.
like
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. But the good thing is like I'm working on so many different assets at the same time. If I'm feeling real technical, like I can be working on the webpage, and if I'm feeling real creative, I can be writing.
Right. Hello.
Get him, turret!
Well, mistake.
Pull off that dude's leg.
Earn your keep, Robo Slave. Alright, let's go. Survive the fuck out of this. Get a car for this? Oh my god, remember the Mad Moxie's bullshit that we did for so long?
I mean, yeah, we got that coming still here. There's that. Is Thunderdome, is that 1 or 2?
That was one. Because Al was killing us all the time in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it just used to use me as a human shield all the fucking time.
Yeah. I don't know if he did it on purpose or he's just like, I'm terrified of everything that's happening.
don't know. But why cling to me? You're usually like way out flanking real hard, so he didn't want to run out.
I was the distance. Like I was always like way back in the fight. He was playing the same character as you, so he couldn't really do that. Seconds.
Back in. Oh no.
Got him.
I have brought friends!
He's tight.
Fill me full of that life juice. More blood for the blood god. I got my toy for this one.
Boy. What?
They came from behind!
Woo! Another one bites the dust.
No getting away from us.
God damn.
Beat my ass.
Get him, get him, get him. There you go.
Nothing like a challenging kid. Look at this.
That is awesome.
Not a great time for frame rate to take a shit.
Not bad.
All right, heal.
Oh, give us that health.
That was all me.
Do it? No.
Hey, that did not go the way I planned it.
Another
That is
wall.
awesome.
Alright, let's see. Am I doing increased magazine capacity with all weapons? Yes. Make them bigger. Just lean in on that whole mechanic real hard.
It's like Christmas.
That's a critical hit.
Good.
Like, this shit's still blowing up, like, way after the fight's over. Yes, that wasn't even, that was, I mean, I got a level out of that. That started off trivial.
Really, it started trivial because, like, by the time we got to the last round, they were our level.
Yeah, they were 29, but it started off at, like, 24, I think, and that's trivial to us.
Alright, well, I'm tired and I'm gonna get up early.
Word! Got a
it's
good
cool.
chunk in.
If you end up streaming tomorrow, maybe we get some playtime in tomorrow.
Yeah,
Probably
I mean,
be in the evening, but
tomorrow I got a normal stream day. Well, not normal because I'm going to start late, but
yeah.
putting in, like, that's when I get my chance to, like, put in my 8-hour streams that I can't do anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, adulting sucks.
It's whatever. Couldn't be better than the way I got it right now.
It's true. I mean, it is, you kind of get the best of both worlds. Get to continue doing the stream thing and also pay your bills.
Get the monies.
Get the manies. All right, dude.
Word.
See you later.
Later. That was a good chunk of co-op today. That was real good. So I think I'm going to finish going Overload, right? Which will get me to the 3rd tier. But then increase your resistance to bullet damage. Scorpio Insurance has an instant revive. I don't think I'll do either of those. I think what I'll do is I'll shoot teammates, heals them, and then go for stat. And then go for defense. And then barrage. Then deploy. Yeah, I think I like that. Plus that. Getting refire figured out, that's going to make it. So the reason why I would do that, because it reduces the cooldown of your Scorpio turret by like 20, 40, like whatever percentage. And then this, every time you shoot an enemy, it reduces the cooldown of your Scorpio turret. This effect can only happen every 2 seconds. But like, if you combo those two, I'm constantly dropping the turret, like all the time. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I think you can do that many points. Because I think it's level 60 now. Is the level cap after they put out that little expansion. So it means 55 points. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So that one gets left off. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely some really good builds in there. That's what makes this game so freaking fun, is like you can do like just amazing freaking builds. Like you got so many freaking options.